Um, On to installing an IDE. What is an IDE? In simple language, so even though the definition is given here, it's a program or an interface, a graphical user interface that allows us to uh, do our work with comparatively easier way. You can have an option of installing extension, to configuration of settings, color color preferences, all that can be available in this NID. There are multiple IDs available, right? And you can go ahead once you become comfortable, get an idea about one ID, you can go ahead and get familiar with other IDs also. But to start with, we will use the Visual Studio Code. I'm going to just search for VS Code download and navigate to this website. And as you see, once I go there, this is quite versatile and is available for multiple operating systems. For example, Windows, Linux, and Mac OS all are supported. We are currently focusing on Windows, so I'm going to go ahead and do the installation on Windows. But the concept for the other operating systems remains the same. Uh, Once you get familiar with Windows, later down the line, once you have to do it for Linux or Mac OS, there won't be any changes in there. The interface is common. Okay, so proceeding with the download. So download has started. Mhm. I'm going to click on that. Minimize the other screen so that we can say, okay, accept the agreement. Next. I do want a desktop icon, so I'm going to check this and install. And once it is done, I'm going to click finish. As you see, the icon here appears now. Okay. And this is the interface for Visual Studio Code. It might appear a little different when you get started, but the concept is the same. I'm going to click close on this here and going to show you a couple of options here. What exactly is what? Um, this is the folders option. This is where we create a, a folder. So let's do that. This is going to be a directory or a folder that we are going to create. And depending on where you are, I suggest under the C directory, whatever is the user. In my case, it is the HP user. And this is where I'm going to create a new project, a new folder, and call it my Python project. And this is what I'm calling it, but you can feel free to call what you prefer, right? No hard fast rule in what it should be called. Um, that's it. See the my first author file source folder. Yes, I want to trust this. Just ignore that for now. So this is the folder that has been created. Under this, we will create files for our project, but we'll come to that in a bit. So that was the folder path. This is how it is. And again, I can close this and then move on to the other important part is this icon, which shows us the extensions. Using this, we will install the Python extension that we want. When I put it, it will install. Of course, the internet connectivity is required for this, for installation of the VS Code software as well as the extensions. Okay. And here it is showing installing, and it further gives you the explanation of what all it provides supports, right? So feel free to spend some time in reading this. This should soon turn into installed, or another message will pop up here, right? So this extension is enabled globally. When you see this message, that means the extension has successfully got installed. Okay, next we are going to install another extension, which is by the name of Code Runner. Likewise, click search for it and run it. And similarly, it also gives us a good extension of explanation of what all facilities Code Runner can provide. So getting done with this, I'm going to close this for now. Close this and then go to the settings part. Here, I can select the theme that I want. The color theme that I have picked is Monokai. You can hover over and select what colors suits you, but Monokai is something that I have liked and I've used in the past also. So I'm going to stick to that. Other settings that I want to do is when I click on this, I want to select search for mouse and select this option of zooming and zoom out using mouse wheel zoom. So I'm going to select this. And then I'm going to search for code uh, run. And this is where this setting I would like to select. Whether to run code in integrated terminal is okay. Um, okay, integrated, we can come back and check this, but this is one of the parts that I usually prefer. Okay, so this is, we'll come back to this and show how the difference is made once I have selected and what happens if I have not selected it. Okay. Okay. Uh, that is what is important for the settings section. I'm going to close this. Now, with that being done, going back to the folder section. Remember, we had earlier created this folder, my Python project. Under this now, I'm going to click on this icon and create my first file, right? And then call it right first.py. Again, nothing fancy. You can select as whatever you want, abc.py, whatever it is. But I'm just going to stick with first.py. And it's, as you can see, right, one of the parts that is important and goes by the with the hygiene is anytime we are creating a Python file, we should be giving it an extension.py. And as soon as we do the .py, the property of the IDE is to show us the Python icon. So I'm going to hit enter here. And that's how .py file comes here. Okay. Again, I can close here. I can go ahead and try and delete this by pressing the delete key on the keyboard and deletes it. And that's how we can add files. First, again, first.py, hit enter, it gets created. I can create another file under that. Second.py gets created. So this is how they will start stacking up, right? And I can navigate between them like these. Okay. So for the starting point of it, I'm just going to close this, clicking on this cross button. That doesn't mean that it has been deleted, just that it's not in the pane here, right? First.py, second.py. Okay, so I'm going to close this and now I'm going to delete this, right? So now we are ready to go ahead and start our first program.